When I first started learning about filmmaking, I found it easy to make progress. I would watch a couple of YouTube videos about shutter speed, and pretty quickly I'd have a basic understanding of something that I'd never even really thought about before. I could learn what a different button on the camera does each day and feel like I'm making a lot of progress. I think that's often how it goes at the beginning of learning something creative. Musicians learn how to tune their instruments, designers learn the basics of their graphics software. The progress happens fast. It's definitely not the most satisfying part of learning, but it might be the most fun, when things are straightforward and it feels like we're building momentum of knowledge and techniques. But learning the facts can only take you so far. I'll be having a great time absorbing information and techniques, and then I look at what I've made and realise just how much I still have left to learn. Because no one can tell us everything we need to know about storytelling in 5 minutes or an hour even. And a whole day of consuming information wouldn't give us a simple formula for how long our film should be, or how complex our music should be, which colours or textures we should use in our painting. At that point, learning gets more difficult. The questions we're asking all have subjective answers. Well, it depends on the story you're trying to tell. It depends on the atmosphere that you're going for. I reckon this is the part in the learning process where it's easiest to give up. And let's be honest, plenty of people do. There is another option though. We can consistently practice, making films, music, whatever it is, and then reflecting on the things we've made and trying again. The progress doesn't feel like it's happening as fast anymore because we're tackling more challenging lessons. But if we're patient, we won't need anything more than incremental improvements. I know that's a really simple idea, basically common sense, but you'd be surprised how often I forget it. There's so much about any creative field that you can't learn in a 10 tips video, that you can't learn in a classroom, things that will take years of experience to really understand. But eventually, if we practice for long enough, and not just by studying, but the kind of practice that involves doing, then we should have a breakthrough in one of those tougher areas. Maybe we learn to see when a creative project is truly finished, or what it needs to take it there. Sometimes I'll reach a breakthrough point, something I've been struggling with for months suddenly just clicks into place, and it's refreshing to feel that excitement of fast progress again. But then I have to remember what got me there, the slow, consistent practice. And so that's where I end up going back to. Now, I have no idea when I'm due for my next big learning breakthrough, but I know that I've been spending plenty of time in that incremental stage of making stuff and just trusting that I am making progress even when I can't see it. Every once in a while I do find myself really wanting to learn something totally new just to feel the fast progress of going from knowing nothing to knowing a little bit. And I was definitely in that fast stage of learning to play digital cello this week on a wacky device called a Touche. Figuring out the Arche software in Logic, it was exciting and encouraging to see myself improving. But I've never really pushed through that slow, consistent practice phase with music. Something about filmmaking and making videos I always come back to. Even making this video, I can't tell you that I've learned any profound lessons from it. It was more of a slow chance to practice filming and to practice communication and to practice video editing. But anytime that I'm being creative, I try to trust that I am making progress, even if I can't really see it. I'm hopeful that all of this will somehow contribute to my next breakthrough, a satisfying moment where something clicks into place, seemingly out of nowhere. But of course, this fridge defrosting analogy isn't perfect. I may have got all of the ice out of my freezer, but I don't expect to ever stop learning. My name's Simon Cade, this has been DSLRguide, and I'll see you next time.